Hello, and welcome to our channel. I'm so glad you've joined us today. Whether you're new here or a returning viewer, we're excited to share something deeply meaningful with you. On this channel, we explore topics that inspire personal growth, spiritual development, and self-discovery. If you're someone who's looking for ways to deepen your connection with yourself and the world around you, you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about a journey that many people embark on often without even realizing it, the awakening journey. This process, although deeply personal and unique for each individual, has become increasingly significant in our modern lives. With all the noise, distractions, and fast-paced nature of today's world, many are waking up to the fact that there's more to life than just the daily grind, that there's a deeper meaning waiting to be discovered. The awakening journey is more than just a spiritual concept. It's a transformative experience that touches the very core of who we are. It's about breaking free from old patterns of thinking, realizing that there's more to our existence than what we've been taught, and uncovering our true selves. For many, this process begins with a feeling of dissatisfaction or a sense of longing for something greater. But once the journey begins, it can lead to profound changes in how we view the world, ourselves, and our purpose in life. Have you ever felt a shift in your perception or understanding of yourself? Perhaps you started asking bigger questions about your life, your purpose, or even your connection to the universe. That feeling, that subtle yet powerful shift, might be a sign that you're on the path of awakening. It's a journey that many people go through at some point in their lives, and while it can be challenging, it's also deeply rewarding. It's a process that can lead to greater peace, self-awareness, and a deeper connection to the world around you. In this video, we'll dive into some of the most common experiences that people go through on their awakening journey. These experiences are universal yet deeply personal. You might resonate with some of them, or you might recognize someone else who is going through a similar journey. Either way, it's important to understand that you're not alone in this process. Many people are experiencing similar shifts and transformations as they open their eyes to new possibilities and a deeper understanding of life. Now, before we dive deeper into these experiences, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like something is missing in your life, or that there's more to you than meets the eye? Have you ever experienced a moment when you felt like you were waking up to a new reality? These are often the first signs of the awakening journey, and they're a natural part of the process. If any of this resonates with you, it might be time to take a closer look at your own journey. If you find this topic interesting and you feel like it's something you want to explore further, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. The awakening journey is something that can deeply impact our lives, and sharing these insights might help others connect with their own path as well. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos on spiritual growth, personal development, and the journey of self-discovery. We have so much more to explore together, and I can't wait to continue this conversation with you. Thank you for being here. And let's dive into the awakening journey together. The awakening journey is often subtle at first, almost like a whisper in the back of the mind that gradually grows louder as you begin to notice changes in your perception and understanding of the world around you. It can be a deeply transformative experience that slowly shifts the way you view yourself, others, and the entire universe. For many, the journey starts with a feeling of discomfort, as if something is shifting within, but it's hard to fully comprehend or articulate. Awakening is often not a dramatic instant change, but rather a gradual unfolding, where small insights accumulate over time and build into a larger understanding of life. The first sign that you're on the awakening journey is usually a shift in self-awareness and perception of the world. At this stage, you might find yourself questioning things you've always taken for granted. What was once seen as normal or fixed in your life, your career, relationships, and routines starts to feel less certain. You might begin to notice that your old perspectives no longer resonate with you as they once did. Things that you once valued may start to feel less important, and you may feel drawn to explore new ideas, philosophies, or belief systems. This shift can feel unsettling at first because it challenges everything you've known about yourself and your world. For example, you might suddenly realize that the job you've been working at for years isn't fulfilling anymore. The relationships you've relied on might start to feel draining, or you may feel disconnected from the people around you. Even the way you see yourself could change. It's as though the lens through which you view the world has shifted, and you're now seeing things from a new perspective. This shift in awareness can sometimes feel like waking up from a dream where the world around you suddenly feels more vivid, more real, yet also more uncertain. At the same time, these changes in perception are often accompanied by intense emotional shifts. Early on in the awakening journey, it's common to experience a range of strong emotions. Anxiety, doubt, and confusion are often prevalent as you begin to question things that were once unquestionable. There's a sense of disorientation as you start to realize that the old ways of thinking and being no longer serve you. This emotional upheaval can be challenging because it forces you to confront your fears, insecurities, and doubts. For instance, you might begin to feel a deep sense of anxiety, unsure of where you're heading or what your purpose in life is. The sense of certainty that once came with your routine life may fade, leaving you feeling unsettled. At the same time, there may be periods of doubt where you question the decisions you've made and the path you've taken. This emotional turbulence is a natural part of the awakening process, though it can be difficult to navigate at times. However, these emotional shifts also serve as a kind of purification process, clearing away old beliefs, fears, and attachments that no longer serve your higher purpose. Another common experience during the early stages of awakening is the sense of feeling lost. At the beginning of the journey, many people feel as though they're losing their sense of direction in life. It's as if the compass that once guided them through their daily existence has broken, and they no longer know which way to go. This feeling can be disorienting and even frightening because it challenges the sense of security that comes from having a clear purpose or direction. You may find yourself questioning your job, your relationships, and your long-term goals. The things that once seemed so certain may suddenly appear unclear or irrelevant. There may be moments when you feel like you don't recognize yourself anymore, as though the person you used to be is slipping away. This feeling of losing your way can be incredibly disconcerting, but it is also a key part of the awakening journey. It signifies that you are beginning to shed your old self and make room for a new version of yourself to emerge. In parallel to this sense of being lost, many people also become increasingly aware of the impermanence of life. One of the earliest signs of awakening is a deepening realization that everything in life is temporary. This awareness can come in many forms. Perhaps you've experienced the death of a loved one, a significant life change, or a personal loss that makes you reflect on the fleeting nature of existence. These events serve as wake-up calls, reminding you that nothing lasts forever, whether it's relationships, possessions, or even life itself. This awareness of impermanence can lead to a profound shift in how you approach life. You may begin to value the present moment more deeply, recognizing that everything we experience is transient and that time is precious. This realization often leads to a greater appreciation for the simple, fleeting moments of life, whether it's a quiet moment in nature, a genuine connection with another person, or a quiet moment of reflection. However, this understanding can also stir up feelings of grief, fear, or sadness, as you come to terms with the idea that everything is in a constant state of flux. Along with these shifts in awareness, many people on the awakening journey begin to experience a feeling of isolation. As your perspective of the world changes, it can sometimes feel like you no longer fit in with the people and environments that once felt familiar. The relationships that once provided comfort and stability may begin to feel shallow or disconnected. You might find yourself questioning whether the people around you truly understand what you're going through, or if they share the same values and perspectives. This sense of isolation can be particularly challenging because human beings are inherently social creatures. We crave connection, and the awakening process often makes you feel more isolated from others, as your new way of thinking and being doesn't always align with those around you. This can lead to feelings of loneliness or even alienation, as though you're going through this profound transformation alone. However, it's important to remember that this isolation is temporary and part of the process of finding your true self. As you continue to awaken, you may begin to attract new people into your life, individuals who resonate with your new perspective and who will support you in your journey. The emotional and mental challenges that come with the awakening journey can often feel overwhelming, but they are not permanent. These early signs, feeling lost, experiencing intense emotions, and facing a sense of isolation, are all part of the natural process of transformation. They signal that you are shedding old layers and making space for something new to emerge. The discomfort you feel is simply the process of growth, much like the discomfort that occurs when a seed begins to break through the soil to grow into a plant. Though it can feel uncertain and even painful at times, this process is necessary for you to step into your true self and your higher purpose. If you've experienced any of these signs in your own life, you're not alone. Many people on their awakening journey go through similar experiences. If you feel like you're going through this process, don't hesitate to reach out for support, whether it's through online communities, books, or seeking guidance from spiritual mentors or coaches. And remember, these experiences are not signs of something going wrong. They're indications that you are on the path to something greater, something more authentic. If any of the experiences we discussed resonate with you, don't forget to like this video and share it so others can also explore the awakening journey. And be sure to hit subscribe to receive more valuable content on the journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. You're not alone, and together we can continue to explore and embrace the transformative power of awakening. As we continue along the awakening journey, the experiences deepen and expand in ways that are profoundly transformative. At this stage, the changes are more than just shifts in perception. They are moments of deep spiritual insight and personal realization that can shape the entire course of one's life. These deep experiences often bring a sense of connection to the universe, a deeper understanding of the self, and a clarity that wasn't available before. These experiences can be both enlightening and humbling, as they invite us to see ourselves and the world from a perspective that transcends the ordinary. One of the most significant experiences during the awakening process is the profound connection with the universe. This feeling of connection is not just about understanding that we are part of something bigger, but it is a deeply visceral experience that reaches into the core of your being. You begin to recognize that everything in your life, every person you meet, every event you encounter, every element of nature is interconnected in ways that you may not have fully understood before. It's as if a veil has been lifted, and the world around you now feels more alive, more vibrant, and more meaningful. This connection can manifest in many ways. You might find yourself feeling deeply attuned to nature, whether it's the trees, the oceans, or the sky. You may feel a sense of belonging when you spend time in natural spaces, sensing that they are part of you and you are part of them. Similarly, you may feel an increased empathy and understanding toward others. When you interact with people, you begin to feel a deep, unspoken connection to their experiences, knowing that their joys, their struggles, and their growth are part of the same collective energy that you are also a part of. This interconnectedness extends beyond human relationships. It encompasses all of existence, and it provides a sense of oneness that is both humbling and empowering. Along with this profound connection, recognizing your true self is another key experience that often comes during the awakening process. As you begin to awaken, you start to realize that your identity is not limited to the roles you've played in society, whether that be as a student, a parent, an employee, or any other label that has been placed on you. These roles may have shaped you, but they do not define you. Your true self is something deeper and more expansive. It is the part of you that is free from external influences, expectations, and societal pressures. You begin to see that the life you've been living, the choices you've made, and the paths you've followed were influenced by societal norms and external factors more than you might have realized. The more you awaken, the more you start to connect with your inner being, your authentic self. This process often involves peeling back the layers of conditioning and societal expectations that have been placed on you over the years. It can be both freeing and challenging as you confront the difference between who you are and who you thought you were supposed to be. But in this process of self-recognition, there is a deep sense of liberation. You are finally able to shed the identities and roles that no longer serve you and step into your true essence. As this awareness of your true self grows, you may experience moments of spiritual insight that help you understand the deeper meaning of life. These moments can come unexpectedly, but when they do, they are often life-changing. Perhaps you experience a moment of clarity where everything suddenly makes sense, the purpose of your life, the lessons you've been learning, and the interconnectedness of everything around you. It might feel like a sudden flash of understanding, as though you've unlocked a piece of a much larger puzzle. These insights might also come through synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to happen at just the right moment. You might see repeating number signs from nature, or encounter people who seem to have messages or lessons for you. The more attuned you become to these signs, the more you begin to understand that the universe is constantly communicating with you. These spiritual insights can be deeply affirming, providing a sense of guidance and purpose as you move through the world with a heightened sense of awareness. Alongside these spiritual insights, the awakening process often leads to letting go of societal norms and expectations. As you begin to see beyond the surface level of life, you realize that many of the societal structures you've conformed to are based on superficial or limiting beliefs. You might start to question why you've pursued certain goals, followed particular career paths, or engaged in relationships that no longer resonate with your true self. The awakening process encourages you to examine the choices you've made and recognize that you are not bound by the societal standards or external pressures. For some, this may mean making significant changes in their lifestyle, leaving a job that no longer fulfills them, ending relationships that are not aligned with their true self, or choosing a new path altogether. Letting go of these societal norms can be liberating, but it can also be difficult, especially when you feel the weight of expectations from family, friends, or society at large. However, the more you awaken, the more you realize that living authentically is the only way to find true happiness and fulfillment. The process of shedding societal expectations is not always easy, but it is a necessary step in aligning with your true purpose and stepping into your power. Along with the shedding of societal norms comes a growing sense of inner peace and freedom. As you release the old patterns of thought, behavior, and expectation, you begin to experience a profound sense of peace within yourself. This inner peace is not dependent on external circumstances or achievements, but comes from a deep connection with your inner being. It is the peace that comes from knowing that you are enough just as you are, and that you are in alignment with your true purpose. This inner peace also brings with it a sense of freedom from the constraints of fear, anxiety, and the constant need for approval from others. You may find that you are less concerned with the judgments or opinions of others, and instead you become more focused on living authentically and in alignment with your values. You no longer feel the need to seek external validation because you are secure in who you are. This freedom allows you to make choices that are in harmony with your higher self, rather than being driven by external influences or societal pressures. Despite the challenges that come with awakening this sense of inner peace and freedom, is one of the most rewarding aspects of the journey. It's a peace that arises from knowing that you are living in alignment with your true self, and that you are part of something much larger than yourself. It's the freedom to be who you truly are without the fear of judgment or the constraints of societal expectations. If any of these experiences resonate with you, don't forget to like this video and share it with others so they can connect with their own true selves. The awakening journey is one that brings deep insights and profound transformations, and it's important to share these experiences with others who may be on the same path. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos about spiritual awakening and the ongoing journey towards self-discovery. Together we can continue to explore the depths of our true selves and the incredible potential that lies within us all. As individuals progress along their awakening journey, they begin to notice that the changes they have experienced internally start manifesting in their external lives. This is when the transformation truly begins to take shape in meaningful and sometimes unexpected ways. The awakening process doesn't just remain a shift in awareness, it leads to tangible changes in how people live, relate to others, and pursue their goals. These changes are often profound, deeply personal, and can reshape the entire trajectory of one's life. One of the most significant aspects of this journey is the way it brings about real change in one's life. The internal shifts that occur as part of the awakening process often inspire individuals to make changes in their lifestyle, relationships, and life goals. At first, these changes might seem small or subtle. A change in how you spend your free time, a desire to spend more time in nature, a shift in your daily routine, but over time they become more pronounced. People begin to seek out lifestyles that are more aligned with their true selves, those that resonate with their newfound sense of purpose and meaning. For many, this might mean making healthier choices such as eating more mindfully, prioritizing self-care, or exercising regularly to nurture the body. Others might find themselves drawn to activities that nourish the soul, such as meditation, yoga, or creative expression. As you awaken, you start to recognize that how you live your life on a daily basis has a profound impact on your well-being and your connection to the universe. This realization often prompts a shift toward a simpler, more balanced lifestyle that reflects your inner values. In addition to changes in lifestyle, there are often transformations in relationships as individuals progress through their awakening journey. One of the most significant aspects of spiritual awakening is the way it alters your relationships with others. As your perception of the world expands and deepens, you may begin to notice that some of your relationships no longer serve your highest good. People who once felt close may no longer resonate with you on the same level. You might start to feel that the connections you've had in the past are shallow, toxic, or no longer aligned with your evolving values. This can be a difficult part of the awakening journey, as relationships are often a significant source of comfort and security. But the process of spiritual awakening is not just about personal growth, it's also about shedding old patterns that no longer support your higher self. As a result, you may find yourself distancing from people who bring negativity into your life or who hold beliefs that no longer align with your own. At the same time, you may find yourself seeking out new connections with people who share your vision, values, and purpose. These new relationships often feel more authentic, more aligned with your true self, and they can provide a sense of support and community on your journey. Another common experience during this stage of awakening is living with a higher purpose. Once individuals begin to recognize a deeper sense of purpose, their priorities often shift significantly. What once seemed important, such as material success, social validation, or the pursuit of external achievements, begins to lose its appeal. In its place, people often feel a stronger calling to focus on things that serve the greater good. Their sense of purpose moves beyond self-interest and extends to the well-being of others, the community, and even the world. For some, this might mean getting involved in charitable or humanitarian work. For others, it could involve using their talents and skills to create positive change, whether that's through teaching, activism, art, or business. The awakening process often reveals to people that their lives have a deeper meaning and that they are part of a much larger picture. This realization leads them to shift their focus toward contributing to the collective good, living in alignment with their values, and finding fulfillment in a purpose that is bigger than themselves. As part of living with a higher purpose, letting go of unnecessary attachments is another major change that occurs during the awakening process. Awakening often leads to a deep realization that many of the things we hold on to, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or old beliefs, are ultimately not serving our higher purpose. As people awaken, they begin to release attachments that no longer resonate with their authentic selves. This might involve letting go of possessions that are no longer meaningful, or finding the courage to walk away from relationships that drain or hinder personal growth. This process of shedding attachments is not limited to physical things. It also applies to mental and emotional attachments. People on the awakening journey often find themselves letting go of limiting beliefs, fears, and old thought patterns that no longer serve them. They start to realize that true freedom comes from letting go of these attachments and embracing the flow of life without holding on too tightly to the past. This act of letting go can feel liberating as it creates space for new, more fulfilling experiences to enter your life. Alongside the process of letting go, many individuals on the awakening journey begin to experience joy and peace in the present moment. One of the most profound shifts that occurs during awakening is the ability to find happiness and contentment right here and right now without constantly chasing after future goals or dwelling on past regrets. Awakened individuals learn to live fully in the present moment, appreciating the beauty of each experience as it unfolds. They begin to realize that true joy doesn't come from external achievements or possessions, but from being fully present with what is. This shift in perspective allows people to embrace life with more ease, gratitude, and acceptance. They begin to understand that life is a constant flow of moments and each one is precious in its own right. The worries about the future or the burdens of the past that once consumed them begin to fade away. Instead, they find fulfillment in the here and now. They might start savoring simple pleasures such as a walk in nature, a conversation with a loved one, or a quiet moment of reflection. This deep sense of presence brings with it a profound sense of peace, as awakened individuals no longer feel the need to chase after external sources of happiness. This inner peace and joy are transformative. They allow people to step into their true selves, to embrace who they really are, and to experience life in a way that is both fulfilling and meaningful. Living in the present moment brings a sense of freedom and a deep connection to the world around you, as you no longer feel weighed down by the past or overly focused on the future. If the awakening journey has brought positive change into your life, don't forget to like and share this video so others can discover their own path to awakening. The journey of spiritual growth is deeply personal, but it can also be a shared experience. By sharing your story, you can inspire others to embark on their own awakening journey. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on spiritual growth and personal transformation. Together we can continue to explore the depth and beauty of the awakening process, as we each uncover our own true purpose and live with more peace, joy, and fulfillment. As we come to the end of today's exploration of the awakening journey, we've covered many of the profound experiences that accompany this process. From the early signs of awakening, where you may feel lost or confused, to the deep realizations about yourself, your purpose, and your connection to the universe, these moments are truly transformative. The journey is not just about facing challenges or experiencing discomfort. It's about the incredible growth that happens when we begin to peel back the layers of our old selves. We discover a more authentic, deeper version of who we really are. The awakening journey is not a destination. It's an ongoing process that unfolds over time. It's about continuously learning, evolving, and growing as we explore new aspects of ourselves and the world around us. You may experience peaks of clarity and purpose, as well as valleys of doubt and confusion, but each moment is part of the larger journey of self-discovery. The key is to remain open to the process, to embrace the changes as they come, and to allow yourself to grow into the fullest version of yourself. The truth is, the awakening journey is different for everyone. It doesn't follow a linear path, and there's no one-size-fits-all experience. Some may have sudden moments of insight, while others experience gradual shifts over time. What's important is that you trust your process and give yourself grace as you navigate the ups and downs. Awakening is not about perfection, but about alignment with your true self, your highest purpose, and the world around you. Every step you take, every lesson you learn brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Now, as we reflect on what we've discussed, I'd love to hear from you. Do you believe in the awakening journey? What have your own experiences been like along the way? Have you noticed shifts in your own life, or have you gone through moments of profound realization? We would love to hear your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Sharing your experiences not only helps you process your journey, but also supports others who may be going through similar transformations. If you found this video insightful and feel it can help others who are on their own awakening journey, don't forget to like and share it so more people can explore these experiences too. And make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss out on future videos that can guide and inspire you on your spiritual journey. We're here to learn and grow together, and I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Thank you for being part of this community. Stay curious, stay open, and remember to embrace the journey. It's all part of discovering the incredible, authentic person you truly are.